Hello, everyone. This is your AP Sensei, Ben Dunn, the founder of Antarctic Press, a comic book publishing company established in 1985. Creator of such comics as Ninja High School, Warrior Nun, Marvel Manga Burst, Tomorrow Girl, Mighty Tiny, and a host of other comic books. So, sorry I haven't been posting daily. You know, everyone tells me, "Oh, you got to post daily. You're gonna get subscriptions and likes and what have not." Well, that's all fine and dandy. I appreciate all those who take time to watch my videos and comment on them and like and subscribe. The whole shebang. But to me, it's more just a way for me to talk to you, directly and succinctly and, man to man, that kind of thing. And I'm not, and I've been very busy. I've been doing lettering and drawing, and, I've got another life outside of YouTube, So I just wanted to, not to worry if I don't post every day, if I don't post every day, there's a reason why I don't, because I'm just kind of busy. But anyway, I want to talk to you about a few things that I've been kind of been wanting to just sort of discuss with you. I've been noticing recently that there's been a lot of discussion, debate, as they say in the parlance, that the comic industry is in a major amount of disarray. People are fighting against each other. People are, creators or lambasting each other, tearing them down, wanting to make drama, basically. You know, I will tell you something. One of the reasons that Anarchy Press has survived for nearly 40 years is that we do not like to create drama. It's one of those things where it's not very conducive, to increasing your, likability and also your business. The worst thing that could happen is that you insult your readers, insult your fans. Of course, some people should know that, but you think that people would know that. You think that people would understand that when you insult people, that tends to lead to quite a substantial breaking down of friendships and connections and things like that. Now that leads me to the next point in question: is why are people doing this? It is something that I find a little perplexing. What so the question is, what causes an end or a breakup of a friendship? Now, there's an old saying that you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your relatives. Now, that being said, you can't choose your friends. Usually when we meet somebody new, we try to make a connection. If we don't know anything about them, we try to get to know them, and vice versa, and they want to get to know you. Now, everybody has different ways of making friends. Some people tend to be very shy, reserved, or paranoid, or whatever very protective of their ability to make friends because, a friendship is something, to me, very valuable. It's something to be held on to be coveted, to basically, you know, allow to grow over a period of time. Yeah, are you going to agree with everything? No. But that's a true test of your friendship. You don't have to always agree with everything your friend says, and still you can remain friends. That's a testament of what a friendship really is like. Some people can say, oh, he's my friend, or he's that friend, or I know him, or I know them. But do you truly know who they are, who will have your back, who will help bury your body, basically? That's, to me, a true testament of what a friendship is really like. All too often, we have people that we consider our friends, and they turn out not to be so. They'll stab you in the back. They'll betray you. They'll say something you don't agree with, but you have to ask yourself, well, are you also that kind of person? Are you also that kind of friend? Will you be willing to stab somebody in the back? Would you be willing to break a friendship just because you disagree with something fundamentally? I will tell you, let me tell you a little story. One of the AP editors that we hired back in the 90s, Herb Millett, is a friend we've known since, primary school, elementary school. We've known him since like the second grade. And he's still a friend that we connect and are very close relationships even to this day after nearly 60 years. I've known Herb for a very, very long time. He and I do not agree politically. He and I do not agree on a lot of fundamental things. But you know what? We know each other. We know what we are like, and we accept each other for what we are. We have more in common than we have in disagreement. And that's one of the things that has strengthened our relationship over the years. Anything Herb would ask me to do, I would do in an instant. Anything that I would ask of Herb, he would do in an instant. Because we've built our friendship over a long period of time. And that's what it is like any relationship. You build it up over a period of time. Friendship is a two-way road. You don't keep giving, and giving and giving and not expect something in return. It's not a one-way street, friendship is. Oftentimes we tend to have one little incident destroy a friendship. I'll tell you, I've had arguments. We've had, over the period of the last 60 years of my life, I've had, huge fights with my friends, but in the end, we always end up, understanding that this is not a deal breaker for our friendship because the cement that holds us together is too strong to be set asunder by a mere disagreement or one argument or two arguments or whatever. Usually there are several factors that break up a friendship. One is a breaking of trust. If you are someone who cannot be trusted, then that is a good basis for a friendship to break up. Trust is one of the hardest things to earn and it's the easiest thing to lose. There's a reason why, in organizations, I watch a lot of gangster films. I love gangster films. One of the most basic things that will get you killed, in a gangster film is the breaking of trust. To them, and to anybody really, if you cannot be trusted to deliver on something, when you give your word about doing something, that erodes a basic tenet of friendship. Are you someone who can be trusted? Is the people you hang around with can be trusted? You have to ask yourself that, and see if you truly are in a friendship relationship. Another reason people break up is because of money. Yes, money is oftentimes the root of a lot of breakups of friendships. When I promise somebody, to pay them a certain amount of money, I always deliver. I never go back on my word that if I'm going to pay you, you will be paid. It may take some time, if I'm in a financial bind, and I will explain that to somebody and say, look, give me a few days or give me a week or so and I will come up with the money to pay what I owe you. You can ask anybody who's worked for me whether I paid them what I've promised. I would, if there's somebody out there that I owe money to, let me know. Let me see what we can work out. I just really feel like somehow money seems to be the root cause of a lot of breakups and friendships. Money is just money. Okay, if you promise somebody money, you should deliver on that promise. And that will strengthen the relationship of your friendship with anybody that you deal with. They know that lends into the next thing of trust. Yeah. So just like you wouldn't want somebody who promised you money not to pay you, you should do the same in reverse. So that is oftentimes one of the reasons that friendships are broken up. Now, money shouldn't be the be all to end all. If you're truly, in a situation where you promise somebody money but you just cannot deliver, just explain it to them, talk to them, communicate, tell them, how you can work things out. If you're a good friend, you'll work things out. But oftentimes that's not the case. So the last thing I want to say about the breakup is disagreement, either religiously or politically. I use an example of Herb, and Herb and I are definitely on the opposite ends of the political spectrum. But we don't let that stop us from enjoying our friendship. He understands, which way I lean, and I understand which way he leans. We don't let that get in the way of our friendship. In fact, we sort of have a lot of really interesting discussions, and debates about, which side, why we believe in what we believe. It's one thing to believe what you believe. It's another thing to insult somebody else's belief. I never, ever insult, Herb's beliefs. Never. Okay, I may disagree with him. I may try to put up an argument where I believe that he may be in error of his assessment, and he may be the same way. If he can convince me, then I will acquiesce, to his argument. If he believes in me, he will acquiesce to my argument. Oftentimes we let our own stubbornness get in the way of continuing a relationship or a friendship, simply because we merely disagree on a certain point. You can fundamentally disagree with somebody, but you can still be their friend. There's a lot of things that you can disagree with somebody, but you can still have a good, solid relationship. And that's where, you understand that friendship is more than just, what you agree or disagree with, but how you treat each other. If I treat you like dirt, you're going to hold that against me. No question about it. But if we disagree and I still treat you, like an equal, like you have a valid point of saying, then we can have a honest relationship. We can have a friendship that can go beyond simply merely, what we believe in. Friendships are very hard to maintain. You have to be willing to maintain it. It's hard. I grant you that. It's very difficult, but it's also easy as well. Simple little things it can lead to lasting friendship. Another friend of mine, Steve Ross. Steve Ross, I've known him for almost 40 years, almost most of my life. I met him, a long time ago, where we traded correspondences. Eventually we met up. We really hit it off with our love of pop culture, a love or things of things that give us joy, and we would have hours and hours of discussion of things, our dreams, our hopes, our fears, and that's the thing about having a good friend, is that you can share those things with them, knowing that whatever you tell them can be trusted, with them, and that they would do anything for you, if you were in a dire situation. It's such a valuable thing to have a friendship, and in this day and age where people think that they're friends with somebody simply because they met them on social media, that's not a friendship. You don't know that person. You don't know who they are. The only way you ever get to know who somebody is you meet them face to face, flesh to flesh, talking with them face to face. That is the foundation of a friendship. When you're in high school, that's why I think schools are important because that's where you meet a lot of your future friends. That's where you meet a lot of your possibly future acquaintances, business partners, things like that. People who share the same dream as you, people who are willing to help you achieve that dream. When you make a lot of enemies, okay, you put yourself in an island that isolates you from people who might possibly be able to help you. That's the thing about it, is that you cannot do things simply on your own. There's an old saying that said, no man is an island. We help each other, and by helping each other, we help, our dreams of being able to make the comic industry strong, make the entertainment industry strong. Make the entertainment industry in such a way that, people will enjoy what we're producing and what we're seeing. If we simply, produce material that no one wants to read and no one wants to watch, then, it's our fault. We need the blame laid strictly at your doorstep. You are responsible for that. I have always believed that our business, as far as Antarctic Press is concerned, is to give young creators a chance to get in the marketplace and to expose people to new and different ideas in comics, and to do what I like. There's a lot of, I sometimes drive the AP guys crazy because there's stuff I want to do and they think that won't sell. But I just feel like I believe in it and I'm willing to take a chance on it. And most likely than not, they'll say, well, if you're willing to do the work and take the risk, then we'll go ahead and support you, Ben. And that to me means a lot. When a publisher supports your endeavors, it's really gives that creator something to really work for. I wish we could pay creators more money. I wish we could, yes. But, we have to be realistic. We believe that we can only, we have to stay in business. It doesn't do anybody any good if we go out of business by, spending more than we make. And that's really what it comes down to with any business. You have to spend less than what you make. Otherwise, that is a surefire recipe of going out of business. And that's the reason why I'm very lucky that I have people who work for Antarctic Press who understand that, understand that mentality. We also are very transparent. We are very open to letting anybody who works for Antarctic Press, to see the numbers, to see where we derived their royalty, their pay from, and we are never, ever, ever hide any type of information that is pertinent to them. And that's the thing, is that we build that trust, build that relationship. I'm sure there are creators out there who will probably never work for us again. I understand that. I don't, all I do is, if they never work for us again, all I say is I wish them much success in whatever future endeavor they do. I don't hold anything against any creator because they don't want to work for Antarctic Press ever again. I've never, in fact, my door is always open to them if they ever want to come back. I never insult them. I never, tell them, to go screw themselves, because what benefit does that do to us, to me, and to Antarctic Press? Nothing. All it does is create animosity, ill feelings, and hatred. And that's the one thing that is very difficult to overcome once it's instilled in somebody's mind. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that we as an industry need to just, chill out. Stop attacking each other. Stop destroying each other. We should support people who are successful. It used to be one time in this country that we applauded success. That we wanted to achieve that success and emulate that success, not try to tear them down or attack them. That to me is not conducive. Now, if you abuse that, sure, there's going to be a reckoning for those people who abuse their power. But I, for one, believe that if you can become successful, I believe in the goodness of people, and that eventually, if they ever achieve a level of success, that they would turn around and help, people who are just starting out, who need a break, who need to also want to achieve the same level of success that you have. So anyway, I just wanted to give you some little insight as to, the relationships of friendship and why I think that that's one of the things that has kept Antarctic Press, around for so long. Is that I like to build lasting relationships, that stand the test of time. So until next time, this has been Dunn signing off.